championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Good to hear with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me, I am up. #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. And I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Good to hear with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
All day. Here we go. Score 80. Mark is a 50. Check mark 50. Silver. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 3. Switch it. Hey.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. And even 50 yards. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for first and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Check 9, check 9. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Here we go. Go ahead, in. Mike, go. Check, 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 check. Kill, kill, kill.
49, check 49, check 49.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check, check. I got you. I got you. Show it up. Show it up. Rush in. Rush in. Then we're going to 53.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Oh, no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a first and 10 at their own 15. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Throwing on second down. Rodgers lets it go for Nelson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a first and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Prescott, and now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Check back. Watch the safety creep. Watch out, local over here.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Now, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 receptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's tired of you. Hey, 47. 44 to Mike. 40 runs, run. Check. You run. 46.
Prescott from the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
56, Mike, 56. Number 50. Hey, you block over here. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Mike, target. Let me do it.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Drive by the Cowboys offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Like, kill. 47. Kill. 26.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Campbell making the catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
We're going to 54. Check 37.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. I'm coming after you. Switch. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Shift. Tight dog. Check the gun. 26.
On 2nd down, Pollard. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
52. Under. Here we go, 46. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Paris Campbell, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Check, check, walk 54, walk 54. Watch the pass. Check, next one. Check 99. Yeah, yeah. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Hey, Alpha. 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the slant. Hey, watch that, watch it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. They're hauling it in, Nelson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Rodgers now to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Randy Gregory. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Third and long.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
25, check. Number 50. Hey, you block over here. Take 30. Callie, don't left, Callie.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Mike's Fofo. Down to lose 1. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hustle, hustle. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in prime. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
Send it in. 258. Over. Watch quick.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And some room to maneuver. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Cowboys take over.
Let's go. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Play action now, Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
I got you.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
First down, Green Bay.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. To throw is Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Check. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Check, 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 check. Begin.
Now Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 32. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 32-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm here all day.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, it's Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Check, check. X3. 218. Chop it. Shoot.
Rodgers now on first down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Crosby with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
46. Check curls. Mike's 50. Rip left. 26.
On play action, Prescott looking for Campbell downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
What part of they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll go again to Jones. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now it's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Hey, wahoo! Hey, 626! We're doing it! Recon, 132 fighter!
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rodgers now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Buddy up, 54. Mike 54. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Kill. It's free. It's free. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Nelson. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And all the way down to the 39. A big play here for Dallas. These Cowboys looking good here at AT&T Stadium. Of course, they were really good in this building last year, 7-1 in their 8 games played at home. The only loss was on a Monday night to Tennessee. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Watch out. We're going to 52. Tight end right. 3 down.
On 2nd down and 4, Prescott, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Rashawn Gary, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
We're going to 54. Right here. Mike 50. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go, and move on to the next series.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's Jones. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott, he'll find Metcalf. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. DK Metcalf, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
You got 58.
From the 31, Rodgers lets it go for Nelson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. J.J. Nelson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, look. 30. Slam, slam, slam. 80 weapon. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's get the ball.
Rodgers going to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check 43. 36, 36. Done.
Here's Pollard again. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Packers.
On first down, Love. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Looking to throw. Love. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Dallas, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Okay. In the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball.